Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Podcast of Doom, formerly known as the Doom to Fail podcast. This is Joseph, or as I'm called in some circles, Mecha Joseph. This is a bit of a weird podcast. It's a bit of a strange situation. I had been working on another podcast called the Doom to Fail podcast, but my former co-host, we could not... Is that a wasp crawling across my carpet? Oh my god. It's a fucking wasp. What is...
Yeah, it is.
Oh my fucking... Kill it!
Where did it come from?
I don't know. Where fucking... Get back, Cicero. Oh my god.
Just step on it first. Step on it first.
Oh my... Fuck. Where did it go?
It's on the bottom of the shoe.
Fuck! And that's right there. Spray and Resolve pet cleaner on it. Are there more?
I don't see any.
Jesus Christ, my dog is just there drinking his water. He doesn't give a shit. Get a picture of that. Get a picture of that.
Turn flash on.
I got a flashlight right here.
No, I got it.
Get a picture of that. There we go. Jesus
Oh, it's
Christ.
blurry. It's blurry. Wait.
It's blurry. It's just like Sasquatch.
There we go.
Did you see it? Like, did it jump?
It
Flew up in the air at one point when I was smacking. I smacked it out of the air. Jesus Christ, are we still recording?
Probably.
Cicero, get in bed, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
I don't want to be mean to you, but you cannot be fucking around with wasps. Maniac.
Why did all the insects come from my
Christ.
area?
What are we talking-
I'm getting scared.
What are we talking about?
We were doing the intro.
Did I say the shit about how shitty of a person Caleb
No,
is?
not yet.
My former co-host turned out to be a ne'er-do-well, a petite le frog, a slick butt dandy, a rougarou. He's a product of his own design. He's been in a kangaroo court, just trying to feed his meager family. And we have found that we can no longer come to any sort of understanding or agreement. It's very unfortunate, and I was forced to end the Doom to Fail podcast and rebrand it. But in the time that Caleb and I parted ways, up until this moment, these sneak thieves came in and took the name Doom to Fail and started their own podcast where they sit and talk about the same things and agree on everything together and overall just be the most boring people on the planet. They stole my property. I guess they think it's cool to go in and take other people's names, even though I own the LLC. So their podcast is mine. It'll always be mine. And I will come to collect sooner or later, much as Mephisto comes to collect the souls of his patrons. Or petitioners? Yeah. Yeah, we might have to edit this one a little bit with the wasp attacking me. Anyways, I've done what Disney and many other popular franchises like Star Wars, where we have these beloved characters and we're like, hey, let's just get rid of Luke and make him a woman. That's what I've done with Caleb. I just got rid of them and I've gone in a new, on-brand, family-friendly direction. I am here joined by my new and improved co-host, Ophamae.
Hello.
She is Why did you do that?
You introduced me.
Why are you talking high like you're No, we don't want that kawaii anime shit. If you want to do that, you go to the dregs of Twitch with the rest of the titty and VR streamers.
You're right. Let me try again.
Hello. Yeah. This is an educational podcast. Tell us about what this podcast is about.
We are going over many different things, searching through them with every angle possible to get the best results.
No. We pick a subject How do you fucking not know this? Jesus Christ. We pick a subject every fucking week. We talk about it could be anything from Sasquatch to quantum physics, and we explore and educate ourselves. It's like the Magic School Bus or Bill Nye the Science Guy. He was my fucking hero, but he should have been played by Robin Williams. This is the truth. I don't know how you don't understand this. I'm getting angry because you're not on brand. All I ask every week, I say, get on brand, be professional, be everything Caleb was not.
I'm sorry, I'm working on it.
You come in here talking like a fucking titty streamer. I don't want that. Like, if I wanted that, I'd go to Twitch and be like, it's Mecha Joseph, come and... I'd go to the Doomed to Fail podcast and be like, guys, give me my podcast back. It's my property. Much like a person comes in like Caleb, who used to be a tow truck driver, I'd back my tow truck in, get my podcast, and make off with it into the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
This is an impromptu propcast. Ophamae had an idea, which is weird, because I'm usually the one who comes up with ideas.
I have ideas.
Well, she wants to talk. This is her, I don't know. I don't want to say it's her episode, but she wants to be the one to lead the discussion today. But before that, I want to get into our segment, Ophamae News. And this is the part of the show where Ophamae takes a moment to give us some current events and her take on the world and what's happening in it. It's honestly probably going to be the least liked part of the show, just because I don't find it very...
I think it'll be well liked.
I don't think it is. If they want to watch that, they can go on Twitter and talk to Twitter people, like look at the news there.
I think you mean an X.
People don't... What?
Twitter is now X.
What?
Twitter
is now X.
Is now X.
What do you mean?
Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter to X.
Who?
Elon Musk, the new owner.
Isn't that the guy that owns the cars or something?
Yeah, he bought Twitter.
When did he do that?
A while back ago.
Why?
For the shits and giggles of it all. Did you not hear about the whole Twitter blue check mark? I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but I want to say maybe around like February or January.
Which Marvel movie had come out? Because I follow Caleb on Facebook, and most of my
Ant-Man,
most of my time is measured on Caleb's Facebook postings.
I'm pretty sure it was Ant-Man Quantum Physics.
Ant-Man Quantum Physics.
I think that's it. No, you could have said Quantum Physics.
I personally don't like Marvel
Quantitanium or something.
I don't like Marvel movies. I just measure them on Caleb talking about them.
Yeah. It happened like around the time Ant-Man came out, the new one.
Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
And now it's called what?
X.
Like EX or X?
No, X the letter.
Why is he doing that?
He's rebranding it. He fucked it up.
Kind of like I rebranded the Doom to Fail podcast.
Yeah, but he's not being successful with it. Okay. So when he got it, he said that you had to pay to have the check mark, the iconic blue Twitter check mark that says, hey, this person is...
Yeah, I hate blue check mark people.
Yeah, but...
I don't have a Twitter.
Good, I don't either. I just keep hearing about it. But he bought Twitter, said that you had to pay $8 to have the check mark, and people were going on there, like let's use GE, the company, for an example. Someone made a GE account, bought the Twitter check mark, and then was like, our bills we're going bankrupt.
I love that.
This is the best one. The people who own a type of diabetic insulin medicine, they went on there and said that they made a fake account. They copied the header photo. They copied everything, the bio, got the blue check mark, paid for the blue check mark, and then they said that they were going to make insulin free.
Oh, man, why are you fucking with diabetic people, Elon?
I don't think he was trying to fuck with the diabetics. I think he was trying to fuck with
Don't mess with
company.
They can't eat sugar.
The company put out a statement saying that was a fake account, that wasn't them.
How do we know?
Yeah, exactly.
But they both have blue check marks. How could you ever tell?
Exactly. Maybe the header, or like the username, the @ was different, of course. But when that happened, they had thousands of people going on Twitter being like, oh my gosh, insulin is free. And then they made a statement saying, no, insulin is not free. That wasn't us. And then they complained to Elon, and Elon took everyone's blue check mark away for a couple of days.
Oh my God.
Totally restarted the whole website.
What did the journalists do? Did they
Exactly.
panic?
So then Elon came back, gave everyone who was an official, that was their page, that was their person, that wasn't a fake page, gave them their check mark back, and took away the rights to buy the check mark. Now, it's kind of been up in the air whether he's not going to, if he's going to do that or not. I think what will happen is if you tried to copy another company and then get the check mark, it'll notice that another company has that name in the check mark and it won't let you do it. That hasn't been seen yet. So, Elon bought it, then he turned the name from Twitter to X, because it's now his website. He's wanting to rebrand like we've done.
Yes.
And it's been in the air. I think a lot of people want...
Hey, go ahead, sorry.
I think a lot of people want Elon to sell it. Like, they don't want him to be the owner anymore. But I don't know if he's ready to let go of it just yet.
Isn't he a crazy mad scientist man who's, naming his kid, exclamation points?
Yes. Yeah, that's the guy.
I don't like Twitter, so that makes me... I think that's just hilarious. I stopped listening to journalists a long time ago. I get most of my news from Caleb's Facebook page. He, I find, is a very reliable source of all truth and relays things in a way that the general public can most easily understand.
Okay.
And that was news with Ophamae. Thanks. That was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really surprised. Sometimes this is a big letdown. It's really 50-50. It's really Harvey Dent.
Sometimes it's hard to find good stuff to talk about.
You flip it and lands on... I don't know. I'm especially frantic today and all over the place because I am quivering with anticipation as to what Ophamae has called this impromptu episode for. Mm-hmm. What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about, kind of make a list of best and worst animals to die by. What would be the best animal that eats you, or the worst
best?
Animal?
What do you mean the best?
Quick death.
The most efficient.
The most efficient, yeah.
Right there, you've got
I have some
a lot of
perfect
problems.
examples, but...
What kind of rating system are you going by?
I'm going by, 10 would be the most painful, worst way, and number 1 would be the most peaceful, best way to die.
Okay, let me get things out of the way. Extinct animals, dinosaurs.
We are going to go with animals that are still alive and present in today.
Okay. No mythical animals.
No mythical animals. No animals that are extinct or endangered.
What is the battlefield? Is it their habitat? Is it just like an empty, you're inside of a drained pool that you see Mexican kids skateboarding in?
Well, okay. Let's stay on brand.
How is that not on brand?
That's we're trying to be professional. So
No, you're not gonna. What is wrong with that?
A lot.
That's a life experience story. We talk about our experiences on this podcast. That's an experience of mine.
You used to have a dried up
I used to live in an apartment
house?
where these young Mexican kids would go out and skateboard in the middle of the night, and I'd get angry at them. And I'm asking, would the animals be in a situation like that where it's just a flat surface and there's no way out unless you have a skateboard?
No, I think the best way to approach this is be on their home turf. So, if you're into tourism, if you're taking a vacation somewhere to the Sahara or whatever, and there's a camel about, stuff like that. Give them their own home field.
You're going to get killed by a camel.
You could.
Well, and technically you could get killed by... I could get killed by a rabbit. You could take it and put it in your throat and suffocate on it.
Yeah, you could get killed by a lot of things. But
okay.
We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. We're going to give them the best possible chances.
Hordes.
What?
Hordes.
Hordes? I'm going to stick to singular.
So, you can't have, a swarm of rats.
No.
No, swarm.
We're going to stick to one.
That's fair. That's good. And can you choose in which the animal dispatches you? Because hyena, maybe I'm playing I don't want to lay my cards on the table.
Yeah, don't do it.
But, An animal could just chomp your head off. One clean.
Yeah,
bite.
you could pick that animal if it's bigger than you.
So
yeah,
you
sure.
can choose how it kills you.
Go by what you think that animal would choose to kill you with. Like, okay, let's say,
so,
you're using your example of the hyena. Now, we're not laying our cards on the table.
Yeah.
But you can guess how a hyena would kill you. Let's stick to that. Let's not say, like, it pulls out its switchblade and stabs you 50 times in the chest. Yeah. So, home turf, instincts of that animal, what they would choose to do, and then just one of those animals. We're not giving them a pack or a herd to have to boon them.
Okay. So...
And 10's the worst. 10's the most painful, baddest way to die.
I don't know if I can get 10.
1 is the best possible scenario for
so
yourself.
So we're doing a list, or are we, like...
You could... Okay, so the way I'm thinking that this would be the best way to do it is that, let's say you think of an animal, you bring up how it would kill you, you bring up what it would probably feel like, what it would be like, and then we'll rate that on where it falls on the list.
Holy shit, I could probably...
There could be several animals sitting at 8. There could be several animals sitting at 1. We're not trying to fill the list. The list is literally just... It's not really a list.
Like,
it's more
it's
of like
a rating. Like, it's like Yelp for being murdered by...
Yes.
Yelp for murder. Oh, yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even need to organize. I like that.
No, there's no organization.
But, these people don't listen to us for that. They listen to hear my sultry voice and to be comforted, be weirded out.
Absolutely. That's totally what they listen for. So,
you want to go first?
I think it would be fair since I brought the topic, and it gives you an idea.
Okay.
So, for me, my number 10 pick for the worst way to go is by Komodo dragon.
Okay.
1, even by themselves, they're really sneaky.
You're right, yes.
They're very, very stinky. Most of the time, they do go by themselves. They don't really have a pack or a herd. But recently, I've, gotten into animal TikTok, and I found out that their mouths are riddled with disease.
Right, yeah.
Very bad bite. It's got so much bacteria that half the time they thought they were venomous. Whether or not they are is up for debate.
They're just gross.
They're absolutely disgusting. And if you get bit by one of these things, the infection takes hold almost immediately, to my understanding. I'm sure that there is a bit of an incubation period. It gets in your blood and heats up and then it starts multiplying, but bless you.
He's all right.
Yeah. But 10 for me is Komodo. I think that's the worst way to go because they will literally, while you're still alive, while the infection's running its course and starting to get into your bloodstream, they will just start taking bites out of you, peeling back skin, ripping through muscle, getting into the fatty parts. Okay. And you can kind of come across them in society too over there. I believe that there is a huge population of them in Indonesia. I might be wrong.
You're right, yeah.
I'm right? Okay.
I know a little bit about them.
Okay.
They're funny.
They're awful. The bite itself starts the infection.
Yeah.
That hurts already. That's the worst because it just immediately starts tearing into you, right? But they also like to go asshole first.
Woo!
Asshole first. So, half the time, they'll bite your leg, sure, and then the infection starts, and then it just starts eating your ass. But not in a fun way. So, that would be my number 10.
That's
for the worst way to go.
That actually solves a mystery. Because when I used to live in Massachusetts, there's a place called Provincetown. Mm-hmm. And it was the gay capital of America. A lot of homosexuals lived there. But I would go there.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the shops were nice.
No, that's not the reason I was there. I don't even want to say what the reason I was there.
Oh.
It's just stupid.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend who dragged me there because she thought it was cute or something.
Okay.
And I came across this particular gentleman. He was a very, very tall African-American gentleman, scantily dressed. And he was very striking. He's a huge dude, very ripped. And his boyfriend was there. He's like, my boyfriend's name is Komodo. And I know his name was Komodo. Because he went ass first. And he, like you said.
Not in the fun way.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was not expecting this is where it went.
I bet that's it.
That must be
Why
it.
else would he be named Komodo? He wasn't from Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing to do with it. He looked like he could have played for the NFL. He's a huge dude, and his boyfriend was this tiny little dude.
I'm glad that my episode has helped you kind of put this puzzle piece in.
I wonder how Komodo's doing. Do you think he has a Facebook?
Possibly, but I doubt it's...
I bet on his... You think on his driver's license it says Komodo?
I doubt that. He's got to have a government name.
So that's your 10.
That's my 10.
That was good. This is really good. I'm surprised. This is not what I was expecting.
And that kind of that's...
And only here will you hear this input from Ophamae. No other podcast.
And no natural conversation either.
So, I know mine.
Okay.
It's more about the environment than the kill, though.
Okay.
So, I would be in the water. I'd be underwater. And I'd be surrounded by a film crew.
Okay.
And I would be very well respected as someone who is educated in knowing how to handle wildlife and animals. And I'd be in the water, and out of the blue, a fucking stingray would come.
Joseph! Don't you fucking dare talk about my man, Steve Irwin, like this. He would not want us to hate on stingrays, okay? I know a lot of the internet does not like stingrays for this.
It's not the stingray thing. The stingray is innocent. It's like, I'm this wildlife expert.
Oh my God.
And I'd be fucking around with a pregnant... I think she was pregnant.
I'm pretty sure it was.
And stab him in the heart.
Oh my God.
And I would die being filmed knowing the whole world will from then on think I'm a joke. And South Park and
how dare
my
you?
kids would see this and laugh at it.
Oh my God.
And,
Bendy just had a kid, okay?
Who?
Let's not... His daughter.
That kid lived? I'm surprised that kid didn't do something stupid.
Yes, both of his kids are fine. Bendy and Robert are fine. But listen, no.
And I would...
Don't talk about him like this.
My final moments would be realizing, the kids at school,
I'm getting pissed off.
Oh, your dad got killed by a stingray.
Shut the fuck up.
Your dad got stabbed in the heart. You know what that stingray's name was? Van Helsing.
Oh my God.
Because in many ways, Steve Irwin was the boogeyman for animals. These animals would be in the woods, these crocodiles, they're like this there, and he would get in the water and pull them out, and they're like, it's a vampire, it's some kind of boogeyman, I am legend. Did he go to college?
Yes.
Well, whatever he did, I'm an animal expert, I've got a TV show, and to die by a stingray, they're basically a bath mat with a fucking sword tied to them. I don't know. That's a 10 for me.
Leave it. Leave it right now. Drop it and do another one. Don't you dare.
That's mine.
Don't you dare.
I asked you the rules before
I know.
we started this
I didn't
conversation,
expect you
Ophamae.
I didn't expect you to drag my man, Steve Irwin, through the dirt, through the muck. All right? You know what? All right, fine. I'll go again. 8. A crocodile. Since we're talking about Steve Irwin.
That's generic.
Yeah, of course it is. This list is we're going to touch on many animals in this list. But 8. Crocodile.
Well, I happened to 9.
We're not there yet.
I don't
It is we're jumping all over the place. The list does not have to go in order.
So this is dyslexic
feel
Ophamae number counting.
ADHD. But
okay. Is that what's wrong with you?
Yeah. One of the things. So 8 for crocodile. I'm not giving it a higher rating because it does seem to be as quick as possible if it gets you in the right spot. Yeah. So let's say best case scenario, I'm in the arm or in the chest area, the leg. The leg would suck. It would be closer to 10 if that was the case.
Yeah.
Even arm is 9. But let's say it gets me around the throat or gets me at the top of my chest and starts doing the spin. If it gets my artery, if it gets me close enough to a bad area where I start to bleed out fast, then it's going to be quick. It's going to be painful. That's why it's so high up, but it's going to be quicker. And those little dinosaurs in the water, I've never gone down to, the beach in Florida for more than 3 days. Yeah. I've never run into one in the wild, right?
Right.
But alligator, crocodile, whatever, whatever you want to call them, they both of those different breeds of that animal, I guess, I know they're technically separate breeds, but they both do that roll, that barrel roll. You know, that spaghetti on the fork.
If you want me to...
Yeah, go ahead.
They're significantly less dangerous than crocs.
Yeah.
They don't get as big. I don't think they have the bite force. Crocs are just fucking ridiculous creatures. They shouldn't even exist.
and like, once their jaw locks down like that, they will not let go until you're dead.
Yep.
So that's why they're at an 8.
They're also cannibals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
There's a video that I saw not too long ago. They were like feeding a whole pit of them.
Yeah.
Not at Steve Irwin's resort, not at the reservation.
He has a resort?
He's got like a hotel that you can go stay at and then go to the aquarium the next day in Australia.
Do they have like a memorial for him?
Of course they do.
What about the stingray?
Moving on. The force that it can output in its bite, the fact that it can lock its jaw, and the fact that it barrel rolls, I find it to be very quick. But it will suck, but a very quick death. So that's why it's not higher on the list for me. All right, are you going to take this serious?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
You want me to be honest?
Do you have an animal?
I do.
Okay.
I have to kind of lay this. This is more psychological because, like, I'm not afraid to like die. So say, like, I'm sitting in my home, my basement, on the couch, just comfortable, relaxed, and I feel like I hear like a bang and a pop. Pow! And there's a hole in my chest.
Huh?
And I'm thinking, what the? How? How? I try to stand up and I don't have the strength. And I look around, and in the corner is my dog Cicero holding a gun. He's betrayed me.
What the fuck? Your dog cannot shoot a gun.
Well, I probably could figure it out. I mean,
I doubt
but he
it.
betrayed
He's blind
me.
And he's old.
He's betrayed me. And that betrayal would hurt worse than anything any other creature could ever do.
Remember, Joseph, in the list, we're going with what they would do as an animal, not...
He would learn to operate a gun.
No.
I ask you the rules.
Yeah, and you're bending them. You're finding loopholes that I didn't think about at the time.
You think I'm joking? Like, I could imagine more betrayal than Cicero. And then, like, my ex-wife would come down in, like, a raincoat and sunglasses and pick him up. Walk off with him. Yeah, like a fedora.
A fedora?
Yeah.
No, okay.
He put on a little fedora, too.
Okay, maybe I need
Where'd he go? Come here.
He's in his bed.
Oh.
Maybe I need to fix this list for you a little bit.
Your list has been boring. Like, everyone knows, like, crocodiles. Okay.
Okay, then give me a serious animal.
Croc and a Komodo dragon are essentially the same thing.
Okay.
What are you going to say next? Snakes?
Actually, no.
It's your turn.
It's because you keep wasting your turns.
A dog with a gun is fucking scary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Too bad they can't use guns. I agree. I'm sure if they could, it would be awful.
You ever seen Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, okay, why wouldn't you say ape with a gun then?
Okay.
That's more feasible than Cicero getting a gun.
I don't know any apes. I know my dog, and my dog betraying me would hurt. Apes were uncoordinated. It took them centuries to get... If dogs had guns, you know how petty how petty Cicero is?
Well, since the last time I was over, he pissed in the floor,
because you were here, and he doesn't like you.
I'm winning him over.
This dog is balls of steel, too. That fucking wasp was... that's weird. That was completely, that wasn't scripted either. That wasp was, we attacked us.
Yeah. It was on site.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay.
We're getting off brand
if we
here.
need help, okay. This one's going to be fast death, easy death, instant.
Okay.
All right. Let's say you're swimming, right? You're swimming along. It's not what you think it is. You're at the beach, having a good old time, and fucking orcas show up.
Oh, yeah, they are pricks.
Yeah.
I know this.
I'm Team Orca, don't get me wrong. They're banding together and sinking ships.
Do you know about the seals?
Yeah.
Where they throw seals?
Yeah.
That's sad.
They're assholes.
That's sad.
So, orcas, right? You when you go in the water, you're automatically thinking of sharks. I'm sure half of the viewers thought I was going to say shark. But orcas will fuck with their shit. They will mess with their meals. They will bully it. So one thing that happened in SeaWorld years back ago is that an orca grabbed the trainer's foot and drug it to the bottom, let it go, let it swim a little ways, came back up, grabbed it again, kept pulling this person down. Like, just toying with it until it lost its breath. Now, I don't remember if the trainer was a girl or a boy, so that's why I'm saying it. But this person, like, that was their death. It's been stated that I would prefer, if I had to choose a death, sleep, of course, is the easiest option. But if it had to be a natural death and I was in the middle of a situation, I'd rather drown. But
yeah, you have said that.
Mm-hmm. But just imagine I'm getting what I want, but I'm also getting fucked with by this fish.
Yeah.
And it just either keeps dragging me down or literally smacking me 120, not really, but like 12 feet in the air and slapping me down and dragging me down again. It would be quick. You drown really quickly. It would probably bite something and I'd go into shock and couldn't do shit. So I'm giving that 1 because it would be quick. They're organized. They'd fuck with me for sure, but I don't think it'd be the worst. I know what would be happening, and I just have to accept my fate.
That's fair. Orcas are crazy. Mm-hmm. They really are horrible
and I'm on their team about some stuff. They flow
through, yeah. I just think they should be eliminated.
We can't.
Why not?
There's no fucking way. They're getting way too organized. Have you heard about the pod that, like, the mom is, like, teaching them how to flip ships over and how to fuck with, like, little fishing boats?
They better understand if they start shit, they play play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah.
Is that the games?
Mm-hmm. Fuck around, find out.
Yep.
Yeah. Get paid, get laid, Gatorade. Yeah.
That I think is definitely the highest it can be.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't know the name of this fish.
Okay.
I don't know the name of it. I told you what it was. And this is a little more psychological too. So it's in the Amazon. It was on the show River Monsters.
Okay. I've maybe seen like an episode or two.
The Amazon it's a good show. Uh-huh. The Amazon sucks.
Yeah.
Just sucks. And, I'm enjoying myself, the beauty, the jungle. And I got to take a piss. And as I'm peeing in the water, a small fish swims up my urine stream and into your urethra.
What?
This is real. And this fish is shaped in such a way that it's barbed, so you can't just pull it out. And it sticks in there and starts to burrow and eat the inside of your penis.
No, please tell me you're faking it.
No, this is real. There's little they can do. And in this one case with this one young man that I'm quoting, mm-hmm. he had to have his penis removed.
Yeah.
He then committed suicide.
Of course.
I could not imagine living life without my penis.
Yeah. Oh my God. Please tell me you're joking.
I am not.
You're not?
No, I don't know the name
exists?
of it. If you could give me a minute, I will find the name of it.
Okay. I thought for sure you were going to say piranha.
Well, I'm sure a piranha would bite my penis. It'd take a couple piranhas to bite my penis.
No, but I understand why that's your 10.
They couldn't get...
Oh my God. And it's barbed too? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are we sure it's a fish and not like a worm, like a
No,
parasite?
It's a fish. It might be a type of like eel. Mm-hmm. Here it is. Kanduru. Yeah, here it is. Right here.
Oh my God.
What are you afraid of?
What do you mean, what am I afraid of? I pee too.
You don't have a big penis?
No, but like, I still pee.
It's the penis that gets it.
But you said it could travel up the urethra.
How would it get to your urethra?
I have a pee hole too.
But why would you be peeing in the Amazon?
Pee. The same reason you'd be peeing.
That's disgusting. That's not very ladylike.
Oh, fuck off.
What's your next one?
Okay. So, you know how in Yellowstone, very beautiful park.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. A lot of people tend to drive on that road, that takes them past the bison and shit. So for me, a bison is like number 6 in terms of like death to pain ratio and all that. Because, like, you can get skewered by one of those things. And, yeah, that'll hurt, but that's more instant. What I'm more worried about is when those people step out of the cars to take pictures, why they're not getting, like, stampeded and just stomped to death.
Are you talking about bison or buffalo?
Buffalo, sorry.
You're talking about buffalo.
Yeah. Sorry. So, the buffalo, like, you know, yeah, like, it happens here in the Smokies. Like, people will come out of their car and take a picture of a bear. Like, yeah, that bear's going to attack you. That's for sure what's probably going to happen. But you don't think of, like, a grass eater of being as aggressive or territorial. And so, like, the fact that the buffalo, like, can, like, push cars out of the road and move, like, 2 tons of metal out of the way. Like, the fact that people get out of their cars to take pictures of these things is insane. And so that's number 6, being stampeded by a buffalo.
Being trampled.
Yeah.
I have,
Because that to me, it feels like it would be like Jell-O. Like you would just turn into Jell-O.
I have a funny story that kind of pertains to that.
Oh, God. Is
it
like your fish story?
No, it's not gross.
Okay.
It might be kind of boring compared to some of my usual yarns, but...
Okay.
So I used to live in a place in Kentucky next to a park called Big Bone Lick.
Uh-huh.
It was tar pits where Ice Age dinosaurs and mammals, not dinosaurs, sunk into these tar pits, got preserved. That has nothing to do with it. But me and my ex-wife used to go hiking there. There was a bison farm. And literally the first time we had gone, we come down this path and I just freeze because there's a herd of bison in the path.
Mm-hmm.
As knowledgeable as I am, I don't know anything about bison. And I know that there's a farm for bison burgers.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're like cows.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, look at these. And we go up and pet them. We're like petting them, scratching them. Like she scratches one's ear and it like kind of moves. We're taking selfies. I might still have one. I deleted a lot of. If I find one, I'll post it. But I deleted a lot of content with her, obviously. After she did what she did. But we were like hanging out with them. We like a maze, like pushed and shoved our way through the bisons to continue down the path, not thinking anything of it.
Oh my God.
You know, we're like 22-year-olds.
Yeah, but still.
We find out later, we get there, and there's like, I guess game wardens, and there's like farmers and pickup trucks with like guns and shit. We're like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, we had a fence break out, and there's a bison herd stampeding through the area. And they were dangerous, apparently. Like, I mean, they were small.
Yeah.
They could have probably killed us if we were in the middle of them and stuff.
Well, did you tell the game wardens and stuff? You're like, oh yeah, we were
hanging out with them.
And,
yeah,
like walked right through them.
Yeah, and they were like, they didn't believe us, but we told them where we saw them.
Did you show them the selfies?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but
so you could have almost died by my number 6 pick.
Maybe, yeah. I was way faster than my ex-wife, so I probably would have gotten away.
Oh my God.
But this would be an absolute torturous mentally
to
have happen.
You seem to go that way.
Yes, I'm not afraid of physical stuff. I'm not afraid of pain and death. I would say it's like in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
And you're out in the woods. You're alone. And you hear like, what
the fuck?
And the next thing you know, you're being picked up and thrown over, something throws you over its shoulder, and you don't know what it is. You're brought back to like a cave. And there's a family of Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And the humiliation, like no one will ever know what happened to you. Even if you get out of there, people are going to think you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they kill you. They just beat you to death. And that death knowing, like, oh my God, it's real. Oh my God, it's real. What else is real? Is God real? Is Buddha? Like, who should I have worshipped? That idea of, like, not understanding the world. Like, you have this very precise image of your worldview. Like, these things aren't real. And then you're like, what else is real? What will I never know?
Well, I mean, maybe if you got like 60
the government
feet from
lied.
it would
the
keep
government
you alive.
lied to me. You know, Bigfoots are real. I didn't bring any snuff to outwit this creature.
Or coffee. Maybe if you got like 60 feet back, it wouldn't attack you.
60 precise feet back in a 120-mile canyon. 6
acres.
bullets, 12 tigers. He's like fucking robot. I would hate to be killed by Bigfoot. The Loch Ness Monster, any cryptid would be the worst way. And they're real. You don't have any proof that they're not.
I don't think Bigfoot would kill you. I think more like it would like assume that you're like one of it and kind of just try to like feed you. Like it'd be like, oh, this poor little mangy boy.
But like we're talking about, this is like you piss it off or something. Like
yeah.
You, like try
rips
to
you in half.
Shoot it, and it kills you, and it just like you're dying knowing, my God, I'll never understand the world. My world is so small.
Yeah.
Like I'll never understand. It's kind of like when pastors die and they're like, oh fuck, this isn't real.
I've wasted my life.
Yeah, what have I been doing? I should have snorted that coke off a whore's ass. Like, should have sniffed more kitty. I mean, I gotta pee.
Joseph, we gotta stick to the list. Not extinct animals, not supernatural creatures.
There are
great hypothetical.
Many Americans, many people globally that believe Sasquatch is real.
I'm one of them. But
so how can all these people see this in different parts of the world and it not be real?
Yeah, okay, we could say that about the flood story. But what the list is supposed to be about is animals that you can encounter on your trip.
Why is everything I do not good enough for you?
You know, I'm sure you could revisit that question with a lot of different people, not just me. But the list. Stick to the list.
Okay. It's your turn. I'm not doing another one.
All right. No, you can do another one. Just stick to the list.
I don't want to do it. I have to think.
Okay, think. While I'm talking, don't even listen. Just,
okay,
just
go
think
ahead,
of your next
one.
one.
I won't even comment on this
Okay,
one.
okay. So, going back to an obvious one. Going back to Yellowstone even.
Wait, real quick. Do Pokemon count?
No.
Okay.
No, we could get really interesting with this if we include fictional creatures.
Yeah, Pokemon are fucking crazy.
Oh, understandable.
They can do... Jesus Christ.
I'm Geodude. Like, that would...
Oh
my God. No, but let's stick to it. Okay. So, back in Yellowstone, going with a more logical, I guess, one that people would be afraid of is the wolves out there. Those big fucking eat moose wolves. I'm going to stick them at number 2 because they are quick with it. It does hurt a little bit more than most animals would. They're not surgical with it. It's more of like a all jump in at once kind of thing. But let's say you get one wolf out away from its pack and you're fighting this wolf. You have a chance to survive, sure. You might be able to outwit this thing, but it could do the upper hand on you and it could drag you back to its family and then you get eaten. And that's my number 2. Because most of the time they do kind of go after it quick. So you copied
me, basically. You copied dog and you copied being drugged back to a family like I did with the Sasquatch. This is copying. Because I said dog and wolf are related.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Okay, fine then. You go. You pick an animal.
Can I copy one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have, it's the same setting. Are you going to get mad?
No.
It's SeaWorld.
Okay.
And you go into one of those, encounter things where they're you can pay to get in the water.
Oh my God. I think I know what you're going to go. No, go ahead.
Yeah. So you're in the water. You're with your, family.
Mm-hmm.
And, your son is afraid because he's a little pussy. No, it's all right. Look, and here comes this dolphin. They're like, oh, it's Henry. Henry's friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Henry's... Next thing you know, Henry has you up against a wall. You realize, oh my God, I'm being raped.
They do that.
Yeah, I'm being raped in front of everyone. And they're just going, oh, it's just Henry. Henry's friendly. He doesn't know. And you hear Henry, and you can't understand his weird dolphin language, but you know what he's saying. Accept it. Now, you don't die there. It takes about 9 months.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor because you've got this weird bloating.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out you're pregnant. How's it possible? Well, dolphins are aliens. They can do that sort of. That's why they do it. That's why they're so horny, and that's why they're always trying to hump things. Mm-hmm. I don't even have eggs. It works out, and you decide I'm going to keep the baby. God wouldn't do anything bad to me. It's going to be a miracle. Next thing you know, you have a prolapsed anus and you're bleeding out on a hospital table, and some sort of fucked up sea monster fishman baby chewing on the neck of a nurse. Blood everywhere. Your ass looks like one of those fruit by the foots when you push it out.
Oh my God. I let you continue as long as you did because I agree dolphins are rapists and assholes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on Team Orca, but you stayed more on brand with that one than you did with the rest.
Rape is on brand?
By animals as a way to die?
Yeah.
That seems like a really bad way to go, so yeah. You're right. I don't know about you having I guess a mermaid, really, technically, since it's half man, half fish.
No, mermaids don't exist.
Aquaman, then?
No, Aquaman is a fictional DC character beloved by millions.
I agree.
Millions.
I agree.
Played by Jason Momoa.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they cast a guy that looked exactly like Aquaman as Ocean Master, and Aquaman, Jason Momoa, looks like Ocean Master, that confused the shit out of me when I watched that film.
I haven't watched it,
That's terrible. Don't see it.
That's what I hear.
It had Amber Johnny Depp beating up Heard in it.
Fuck.
I like Black Manta. Black Manta is one of my favorite supervillains. He's very underrated, very good villain, so that's why I saw it.
Mm. I feel like no matter how many times I go over this with you, you're not gonna stick.
I don't understand what you want from me. You're like, I'm not afraid of getting eaten. I'm not afraid of animals. Did you see how I handled that wasp? It didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not saying you have to be scared of animals. Just put yourself in the mind of someone else then for this podcast and how you could die by an animal. You don't have to be scared of dying to be dying by an animal.
Okay, go. I got to. I'll be serious.
All right. Okay, maybe you need another example. Let's do like a lion so that you can get the full. Why do you have to
say the most boring animals? I was going to say lion later.
Fuck
I have a.
So it's not boring if you say lion?
I have this horrible thing, like this fantasy of me hanging off a cliff and a lion comes and puts his claws in my hands.
Oh my God.
And flings me off the cliff.
Oh my fucking God. Mufasa's you?
Yeah, that's a night. I have a nightmare about that. Like, he's my brother.
Yeah, okay.
But being eaten by that's not.
Oh, I wasn't talking about being
eaten by
a lion. I'm just like, yeah, I guess eventually I'd get eaten, but like, it'll probably scratch me up and maul me to death first. I'd say that was probably a 7. Like, cats play with their food a little bit too.
Cats are psychopaths. Did you know that?
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not. They're so sweet.
They are psychopaths.
No.
They enjoy torment.
No.
Yes, they do. It's been proven. They enjoy tormenting their prey. Only felines, only cats. Cats and humans. Crazy, evil humans. If cats were people.
If cats were people, they would be in the monarchy.
If cats were people. I don't have a response to that.
What I mean is that they want people to serve them. So, like, I have a cat. And she's about 15. So she's getting old. She's not into her craziness.
Just to be clear, you're talking about serving, like as in giving stuff, not like the 2004 hit classic You Got Served as in breakdancing. You're talking about serving people.
Yeah.
You're not talking about breakdancing.
No, unfortunately.
Okay. No breakdancing cats.
Yeah, no breakdancing. Well, some of them might dance a little, but no, I'm talking about like my cat is very particular. She needs things to be a certain way for her to enjoy her day-to-day life, and it's very tiring for her. She has to work no job and, gets to sleep all day, but when I get home, she's very exhausted and wants love and attention, so I must give it to her. But she's a sweet cat. I don't think she's a psychopath. Maybe like a little bit of a narcissist, but not a psychopath. Like if I brush my hair with a hairbrush, like my human hairbrush, she also has to be brushed by the same hairbrush. So half the time, like, I have to keep buying new hairbrushes every 6 months because she just wears them down. Like, I will lay that brush on the counter, and by the time I get home, it's on the floor, and she's rubbing all over it.
That sounds like something a psychopath would do.
How?
Fucking up your hairbrush. It's psychological torment.
I don't really care about it that much. So if that's what it is, then she's failing, because I'm okay buying a new hairbrush. You're supposed to trade them out every once in a while, but not that soon. It's like a toothbrush. Like, you use it for a year and then you get rid of it.
A year?
Yeah, you're supposed to only use a toothbrush
You use
a year.
a toothbrush for a year.
Yeah.
Girl.
I swear.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean no?
3 months.
3 months?
3 months toothbrush.
What kind of cheap-ass toothbrushes are you buying?
I don't. What kind? Do you use the Quipped?
The one you take the heads off and then...
You use one of those for a year?
Like, no, you have the actual...
And then switch the heads.
You switch the heads, but you only have the...
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
what is it called? The base?
Yeah, I'm like, speak of Komodo dragon.
No. Oh my god, no. No, yeah, you switch the heads out, but like eventually the battery in there will get fucked up, so I have to switch it out. But it's like the one with the little rotator with the like, it goes against the plaque.
Yes.
Good toothbrush.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you have, what, are we like...
I thought you were like talking about like those cheap plastic toothbrushes that don't come off. Like, yeah you should switch those out.
Yes. But only here will you get this content. Only here will you get to hear about Ophamae's cats and her dental hygiene. Are we done? Like, you have more? Okay, keep going.
I've been trying to give you a reason.
What about those uncontacted tribes? Those are animals, right?
That's a very interesting take. They are people. They're just people that haven't been stuck in the capitalistic world that we have.
They're like terrorists, right?
What?
They're horrible. Some of the most disturbing stories, I'm serious, some of the most disturbing stories, things I could not mention.
Are you talking about cannibals?
I'm talking about the uncontacted tribes in like South America. Cannibals. They do some of the worst shit I've ever heard in my entire life to people. And no one is doing anything about it.
Well, they're supposed to be uncontacted for a reason.
They should be, they shouldn't.
Are you talking about the Amazon tribe things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the ones that are like friendly, the ones that have like,
yeah,
people can't talk to because they just attack you.
Yeah. There used to be this story that went around the Christian school. Like at a certain grade, you would learn about this missionary.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about with the arrows in the plane? No, yeah. They were actually more friendly than the ones you're talking about. I kind of have an idea of who you're talking about.
I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
It's not even, you want to talk about being off-brand. But
yeah. Well, I thought you were talking about the ones that are close to India. That island that's like off the coast of India.
Oh, those people?
They haven't been contacted. They also will shoot at the boats and stuff if people try to come to them. Like the government of India is like, do not go to that island.
Get a few rednecks with some guns. Like Papaw. Papaw could straighten that whole island out in an afternoon.
You know, I would agree with that. He could.
Do you think we could get him in contact with do they have like what do they have over there? Like a Maharaj? I don't know who. President of India. Who's leading India? It can't be that
Probably
hard.
A prime minister?
It can't be that hard to talk to him.
A UK
prime
nation?
minister. You should get Papaw in contact with him. I'm sure he has an X account.
I doubt it. No. I don't even think that man has a Facebook, which is very rare for his age group.
The leader of India.
Oh, yeah. He's probably got one.
Well, we can probably arrange that for Papaw to talk to the Prime Minister of India. Or I think it's a president. But.
I don't even think, even if the Prime Minister of India...
You would have to
even knew how to speak Southern American.
But I could be the interpreter.
Papaw's hard to hear.
But here's the thing. You have to explain to Papaw, these are Indians, not Native Americans. Because I'm sure Papaw is set in his ways and calls Native Americans by the wrong terminology. You'd have to explain that to him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're right on that.
Yes. He is Papaw, after all.
He doesn't call them Indians.
What's he call them?
Injuns.
That's the N word. You can't. You have to stay on brand. I'm going to have to play.
I didn't know.
You just
I know. I call them First Nations.
I know.
Or native, but like his accent, like, it sounds like he's talking about cars when he's actually talking about people.
Okay, so we've established that uncontacted tribes are not animals.
Yeah.
Okay, what
They're
else?
people, and I'm sure we could make a whole list on how people would kill others. Like, we could do that list, but let's stick to animals.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yes, I have a few.
Okay, go ahead. I've taken a lot of time.
Cassowary.
Oh.
Cassowaries are extremely dangerous. Cassowaries are the closest thing you're going to get to being killed by Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Their entire target is to disembowel you. My dad saw one in the wild during one of his little safaris over to the, what is that, New Zealand? That area, I can't remember. And he saw one in a path, and the guide made him run away. But they if you watch, like, videos... I'm sorry, I'm getting a gummy. If you watch videos, there's one with a guy with a riot shield. And he every time the cassowary hit the exact same spot. Because it's just going right for your lower intestines to disembowel you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I knew about them, and I knew they were dangerous, but I didn't know they had a plan.
Yeah,
I thought it was more random than that.
They're literally velociraptors.
Yeah.
I think they're more, if you want me to be technical, Dilophosaurus in nature, but they're dangerous.
Okay. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Where would it go on the list, though? You haven't given it a number. 1 is quick, painful.
So
as painless as possible. 10 is painful
and not
quick.
Necessarily fear dying. It would be a long death.
Yeah.
And they'd probably start eating you while you were alive.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything where body parts are hanging outside of your body is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And the only body part that could realistically do that are your intestines, and that's what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like getting shot where you have a hole in you. You'd have a tear, and parts of your stomach are going to be hanging out.
Getting all dirty.
That would be bad. Yeah, and you're on the ground, and it's pecking at your guts.
That sounds like a 9 to me.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Yeah.
Probably the fish in the penis. Well, actually, the psychological torment of knowing that you're an animal expert and you got killed by a flimsy baby
Don't start
stingray.
that again. Leave it.
Pregnant.
Leave it. Leave it.
It's like, if there was a pregnant woman with a switchblade, do you think you could beat her up?
Yes, I would kill that child.
You couldn't fight a little stingray?
He loved animals. He didn't want to kill it, and he wouldn't want the world against them.
Didn't love him.
Okay, yeah, possibly, but it was territorial because it was pregnant.
What happened to that stingray? The baby? I know the baby survived. It's probably still out there looking for his son.
Okay, look,
looking for revenge.
I don't want to talk about it, but I do have a question.
He's at that resort, and
my God.
he's in like the stingray tank, and he sees it like pop out and stab him.
It's like
crikey, not again!
Shut the fuck up.
There goes his son.
No. That would be... Don't put that bad on him, Ricky Bobby. Listen, I don't really want to talk about Steve Irwin's death any more than this, but I do have a question. Do you think it's like bees when they sting people? Like a stingray, it's like tip breaks off and they die?
No.
No? It'll grow back?
No, it comes out.
I thought it was barbed.
It is.
I thought it was barbed and supposed to stick in.
It comes out quick.
Oh.
The thing is, they're not... Stingray stingers aren't meant to stab humans. We have no business being in the ocean. It's weird. It died, I think, because it broke off. I think they killed it. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. Getting in the chest cavity was a major. It literally, the odds of it happening were like a 1 in a million thing.
Yeah,
that's what makes it so hilarious.
It's not hilarious. No, it's not. He wanted to educate us.
I mean, it's kind of like Ronald McDonald getting eaten by a giant cheeseburger. That's real funny. Like Godzilla cheeseburger.
I'm going to move past this.
Do
you have another animal?
I have lots of animals.
Okay, go ahead. Do another one.
I mean, humiliating would be getting killed by a giraffe.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
They're so stupid.
They hit hard. They hit with their heads.
And you go flying up in the air like Bugs Bunny. Woohoo!
Doing that, like, run off the cliff for a second.
And you die, yeah. Hippos Hippos kill more people than any other animal in Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
No, you're not. They're fucking mean.
Yeah, they are. They're easy to get away from. But getting bit by one of them would be the bite force. You'd be crushed. It'd be the equivalent of like dropping. So a boulder falling on you would kill you quite quickly, but like a hippo's jaw is quite focused and it's movements in area, so it would be very concentrated on where it's biting you, and that would suck. Like your pelvis or your hand. Or there's another one.
Well, they also, if I'm not mistaken, like they kind of do the orca move where they drag you in. Too.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're like super territorial, but they're great swimmers. I think a lot of people don't realize. So like you go into the water and you're like looking for crocodiles and shit, or maybe like a stray cheetah or whatever the fuck, and then they just swoop in.
A what?
A cheetah. Cheetah swim.
You said a cheater.
Did I?
I'm sorry, it's your accent. Sometimes it's very distracting.
I probably did, to be honest. But yeah, like there's going back to whitewater. There's people who kayak in Africa because there's huge, beautiful parts of whitewater in Africa. But the thing is that you cannot flip over.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead. That bitch will just step off of the fucking riverbed and just come up and chomp your head off. It's happened.
While we're on Africa, giant anteaters.
Oh, interesting.
They'll shred you like Edward Scissorhands.
Do they?
They are, and it goes back to that being killed by something incredibly stupid looking. Like you think you could take one, but you couldn't. They get up on hind legs and they.
Oh,
Are you familiar with a Therizinosaurus?
No.
It's a dinosaur. Some people refer to it as the giant turkey. Hold on.
You gotta remember, Joseph, I went to Christian school. We weren't allowed to learn about dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs. So they actually put it in the newest Jurassic Park movie. Here's a depiction of a Therizinosaurus.
Ooh. Okay.
They're 13 feet tall.
Fuck that.
I think giant anteaters get about 6 to 8 feet tall. Maybe I don't know. I actually don't know how tall they get. But they get up on their hind legs and they swipe like similar to that creature does.
Is it like that's their ancestor?
No, I'm sorry. No, not even close. I just said that they're similar.
Okay.
Because they have the same kind of like attack.
Okay.
I can't really find a picture of it. I've seen videos of them doing it where they stand up. But here's a hand.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
And they're quite big. Like people don't get how big they are by looking at them. They could be friendly, you know. Oh, here's one. It's little. This is a little one, but it's like, you see what it does?
Yeah.
Where it stands up. They're big. They're really big, and they.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'd have to be pretty stupid to get killed by one of those.
Yeah.
This is a baby one. It's a baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so they kind of that's interesting. Red pandas do the same stance, and like other animals do the same stance when that happens. Yeah. Oh no, red pandas aren't like killing machines. They're really cute and dumb, and I think they mate for life too. Like if a human gets a red panda, they will tend, like, even if the human's trying to get it to breed, they won't, because they've already made an attachment to the human. Like they just choose one creature to love, and that's it. Yeah.
Panda bears are stupid.
Do you have another animal?
Well...
Oh, well, you didn't rank that one. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, that would be like... probably about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it's like that.
I think it's embarrassing, too, so that puts it there as well.
Yeah, that's an embarrassing one. Moose...
Oh, fuck
Moose are incredibly dangerous creatures.
That's another animal that people don't think is so big.
I've seen one in the wild when I was in the East Coast, and it was outrageous. I couldn't believe it's as big as a pickup truck.
Yeah,
they're massive. It's wide too.
Sometimes bigger.
They're humongous. They could kill you.
Yeah, I've never seen one in real life, and I don't plan on it.
Yeah, they could kill you.
Where would you rank a moose? I feel like that should go higher.
Nah, I don't know.
They have the antlers to stab.
They're not
they
as
have
funny.
The feet.
Like I guess they kind of are funny. They kind of like have like a Ray Barone, like Ray Romano accent, just kind of like, hey, I'm a moose, you know, Kermit the Frog, like I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I think mammoths have more of a Ray Romano voice.
I think I could get away from a moose too. Like I don't think it's like, I think I could outsmart a moose. I mean, well, I could outsmart an anteater. I could outsmart most of these animals, probably.
Yeah. I feel like you'd have to be quick
Yeah.
in outsmarting the moose. Like, you might get away if you, like, go in, like, a southeast or southwest position, like you're running straight and then you just turn on a dime.
They also rely on, charging.
Yeah.
Oh, and you could, like, get in a tree and kind of, like, duck and weave behind the tree if it's a big enough tree, and they would probably lose interest. Another thing about hippos, they can't walk up any sort of step. Mm-hmm. So if you find an incline that is literally, like, 6 inches, it can't get you.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It cannot raise it doesn't operate like that. It can't lift its weight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like you pointed out, the water is what's dangerous about them.
Yeah.
You get them in their territory.
Yeah, we're trying to stay on home turf and give them the best possible chance of killing you.
It's funny we haven't mentioned sharks. I know I'm not afraid of sharks.
I'm not either. Because they're super easy to maneuver. I mean, sure, like in the moment, you might not have the wits about you to do it, but I've seen so many videos on how people outmaneuver them and
punch them.
Not even punching them, just like a tiger shark went to go attack a scuba diver the other day, and she just like grabbed it by the nose, flipped it upside down, it couldn't breathe, it sunk for a second, and then it flipped itself back over and was like, oh, fuck this. Yeah. So they won't fuck with you if you fuck with them. Like, it depends. They have to be super desperate. But off the coast of Florida, a boat crashed, and it had so many kilos of cocaine. So there's like 2 sharks out there that have gotten into the cocaine stash and are going nuts. Like, they're tracking them, and they're just going, hey, fucking wire. It's like, I think we've talked about this before. It's like Sharknado meets like fucking Florida cocaine, and then, oh my God. So like the next hurricane, like, watch the fuck out. You also didn't rank did you rank the moose? Did you say 6 or 7?
Yeah, I want to say, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's like a major threat.
Yeah.
It's a little less dishonorable. Like, I guess I'm going on like honor than anything else.
Yeah.
Than terror. Like, I don't know. This is a completely mismanaged episode, by the way. I just want people to understand that I had nothing to do with this hackinated backwards southern ranking system. I don't understand how it works. Like, you're like,
I'm sure dying people sucks. At home get it.
Dying sucks, period.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like, there's no good
dying doesn't.
Like, what? Okay, so what, like,
I'm sure an overdose is fun in the moment.
We've talked about a lot of big animals and shit.
Yeah.
Like, is there any small? Like, we haven't talked about, like, spiders. Like,
I do not fuck with those. Honestly, it wouldn't be fair for me to bring up spiders because they'll always automatically go to 10 for me, or close to it. Because, I mean, but if you want to talk about small animals, okay, let's go into it.
What about AIDS?
What?
Is AIDS an animal?
I don't.
I'd hate to get AIDS.
I would too. I think AIDS isn't. That's a disease. But yeah, bacteria, that's a good point. Like, you step on a rusty nail and get tetanus.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad way to go. Because if you just would have got the shot, then you would have been fine. Let me think. Fire ants.
Fire ants?
Fucking
really?
Fire ants. Yeah.
But only one.
I know.
You're breaking rules here.
I am a little bit.
Cannot do that.
So, okay. I guess fire ants would go 10 if you only had one. Yeah. If you only had one, it'd be 10 because that bitch would just be biting you all over. And let's say, for the sake of the argument, the person's allergic. That would be pretty bad. But you could still get away. So let's give it 5. I'll put fire ants on 5 because they're kind of in the middle. It depends.
I remembered something. This is a true story of a pet bonobo getting out and eating a lady's face.
Bonobo?
You know what a bonobo is?
Mm-mm.
It's like a chimpanzee.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about the old white lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
She had her face eaten. She didn't die though.
No.
There's a video of someone calling the police. You can hear her screaming, the monkey, and the lady on the phone's like, oh my God.
I've heard that phone call.
Oh, they're eating my face. Maybe you shouldn't keep these kind of animals as pets.
Or lions and tigers like they do in Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger King.
Yep.
Carol Baskin. Say it.
Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him.
What a time to be alive.
Jesus Christ, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those first few months, everybody's like, hell yeah, no work. And then it slowly turned into,
That was
oh
the
my
new
God.
Game of Thrones. People were saying the Tiger King is the new Game of Thrones.
I don't know about that. I definitely think he'll be in culture for a while. That was a joke?
The joke was people were saying Tiger King is the new Game of Thrones. Because it's like ironic. Whatever happened to him?
He went to jail the last time I heard, but
Did
he
he
might
get
already
out?
be out.
Huh.
Yeah. I think he went to jail for like embezzlement.
No, he went to jail for attempt assassination.
Oh, it's been a while since I've watched it.
He tried to hire someone to kill Carol Baskin.
That's beautiful. I think I heard recently that her husband was found alive in the island somewhere.
Yes, he was married to like a 15-year-old kid or something.
Oh my God.
It was something like that. I don't want to misquote. God
Yeah.
forbid we provide the wrong information on this podcast. This is an institution of truth and civility.
Do you have an animal? I have to think a little.
I liked this idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I know it's all over the place. I will say it's not.
A giant squid would be quite awful.
Ooh.
I think they're very alien.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them on me. I don't even like touching them.
Yeah.
Wrapping around you. A Humboldt
They would be hard
squid,
to get out of.
A Humboldt squid's bigger than about as big as a human. They're about 6 feet. They're very very aggressive. Their suction cups have teeth.
Yeah.
And they would bite you, and you'd be gnawing at your flesh as they drag you down. And their beak, it's like bolt cutters, would be tearing shreds out of you as you went, getting to that tenderness inside. The thing about that is scary about Humboldt squid, though, and we're breaking the rules, is that they go into feeding frenzies.
Oh.
So many of them would attack you at once.
Oh, yeah. There is no singular.
It'd be like a Japanese hentai.
The
The guy that studies Humboldt squid is very famous because he got in touch with a costume designer for the original Star Wars. And the gear that he wears to go down and film them is stormtrooper armor.
Really?
Plastic, yeah. It's not white, it's like neutral colored. I bet I could find him.
Yeah.
It's neutral colored. But it's literally just like the pads and the chest plate and stuff. Because it keeps them from... Because they'll just like go down there and like fuck with you. They just want to see what you are.
Yeah.
And they're very smart. They're smart as like toddlers. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they're cephalopods, octopi, squid.
Yeah.
Some of the smartest animals on the planet.
I mean, I knew that they were great escape artists.
Yes.
Like, they can fit through anything if they can figure it out.
Humboldt squid.
What would you put that on the scale, though?
That would be one of my worst. I don't like... it's weird. I don't hate squid, but I really don't want to be around them and I don't want to touch them.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just find them to be quite...
I'm an avid calamari eater. I love calamari.
Actually, this is the guy. You can't... Can you see the legs?
Yeah. It looks like Boba Fett's outfit, actually.
Yeah, you see how many there are, or how big that is?
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, probably close to 50 of those.
God.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're off the coast of, I think, the Gulf of Mexico.
Ew.
There's not much you can do against them in their territory.
I mean, I guess if we're getting...
They kill sharks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I guess if we are going to break the rules a little bit, because the feeding frenzy, jellyfish.
Yeah. You know, we have a new segment on this show. I think now might be a good time to bring it up. Where, in times like this, I like to turn to kind of a wise man to get some life advice on. And there's a particular video, and I've told him he's not around anymore. He's deceased, unfortunately.
Oh.
It goes by thekidfrombrooklyn.com. We've talked about him before. He has a video. I'd like to bring it up and play it for everybody. I think it fits. It's called, and it's going to come to my final choice. Mm-hmm. And the video is called "Dirty Rat Bastards."
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
So you're gonna go with rats for your final?
Listen,
Okay,
why, Ophamae?
Go ahead. My bad.
Okay.
Hey, the big man's back. www.thekidfrombrooklyn.com. kid from Brooklyn.com. Went over to the bank today, over here in Fort Lee, New Jersey. I wanted to change a couple of $100 bills. Went in the bank, went up to the teller. I said, mister, give me change of these 200s. Give me some 5s, 10s, and 20s. Do you have an account here, sir? No, I ain't got an account here. I just want change of the 200s. I'm sorry, sir. You gotta have an account here to change bills. That's what you call a dirty rat bastard. I mean, come on, give me a fucking break. I wanted to change a couple of $100 bills. What's the big fucking deal? Change the fucking 100, but no, he wouldn't fucking change him. Got in my car, went over to Main Street. Tried to get a parking spot. I wanted to go to another bank. I went around the block 10 times looking for a parking meter. Finally, I see a guy sitting by a meter. The motor's running. He's on his cell phone. I wait about 3-4 minutes. The guy didn't pull out of the spot. You know, I'm waiting. I want to get the spot. I want to go into the bank. So I beeped the horn. Hey, pal, you go? And he shakes his head. He's on the fucking cell phone. Soon as I pull out, I look in the rear view mirror. The fucking red bastard pulled out of the fucking spot. That's what you call a dirty fucking rat bastard. We all know fucking dirty rat bastards. There ain't a woman, man, or fucking child that don't know a dirty fucking rat bastard. The worst is the one that works in an office. You know, the company man that goes and tells the boss every little thing what everybody's fucking doing. That's the worst dirty fucking rat bastard. So here's to all you fucking dirty rat bastards out there. One day you'll get yours. Go fuck yourselves. Anyway, think about it. This is the big man, the voice of the people. I can't stand them fucking dirty rat bastards.
Oh, oops. Thank you, big man. Thank you for your wisdom. And I couldn't agree more with his statement and pertaining to this subject. Man.
Oh, yeah?
Man is the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst killers. They're the worst of the worst. The company man. The man that sits in his car on the cell phone while you're trying to get his parking spot. The woman at the bank that won't give him a change for $100 bill. Mm-hmm. You'll find no greater killer, more disruptor of peace, more demoralizing than man.
You're definitely making a great example of disruptor.
Yeah.
Because that's not what this list is about. We're talking about animals.
Oh, I know, but we're animals. That's the point. Did you not understand him? Do you need to watch that video again?
Yeah.
I will play it. I will
I get it. I
play
totally
this video
get it.
again.
I get it. But
Man
I
is
get
an
your
animal.
argument.
We are animals. We only have come up with this concept of humanity through our own volition. Mm-hmm. We stab each other in the back. We blow each other up. We kill people we don't know without reason. Everywhere we go, we destroy.
Yeah.
We lie. We cheat. Animals don't lie. That stingray that killed Steve Irwin had no idea.
God. I swear to God.
It didn't lie. It's like, I want to kill Steve Irwin, and it did it. It probably sounded a lot like that guy, the big man. He's like, you come in my turf, I'll kill him. Now settle down, John. Don't. He's Steve Irwin. He's the crocodile hunter. I don't give a fuck who he is. He's a dead man.
All right. I think you've proved your point. Do you have another animal?
That was my animal.
Human?
Yes.
Man?
There's nothing I fear more than other humans.
All right. Okay, rank them. Where
Tens.
They go on the
There are
list?
hundreds.
10?
They're the worst. Humans are the worst thing on the planet. You will find nothing more cruel, sadistic, lying humans. Humans could fuck with you not physically but mentally.
They agree.
Can ruin things. A human can click a button and take away a blue check mark and cause mania, cause panic, chaos across the internet. Fucking journalists are losing their fucking shit. There are people. I have a friend. I'm not going to say who it is. You know who you are. Was crying because of Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Because she thought the world was ending. How will I get my news? You need to go to Caleb's Facebook.
All right.
My enemy.
I think they can also be number one, too.
What?
Because if, okay.
How does this ranking system work?
Listen.
What do you mean number
I will
one?
explain myself. Give me.
God, I thought 10 was the worst.
Listen, 10 is the worst.
Okay.
They can be 10. This is the duality of man. All right?
Oh, my God.
They can be 10. They can be the worst things ever. And they can also, it could be one decision. To shoot or not to shoot. You were talking about Cicero with a gun, a dog with a gun.
That was because of my ex-wife had, yeah, you're right, coerced my dog into killing me.
Oh my God. The human could be the fastest, painless way to go. A gunshot to the wound, your body floods with adrenaline, you barely feel the pain because of the shock, and then you die. Or it could be 10, and you're in a fucking gulag with the Russians scooping up and mining, and then, it's dragged out over months.
Or they could not choose to kill you at all, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen a dog start a Holocaust.
That's true.
Cat, maybe.
No. They're babies.
That's what they want you to think.
Exactly. And as long as you play along with their narrative, then you'll be fine.
Their
but the
narrative.
second you let them know that that's when shit goes sideways. They just want to be worshipped.
Are you quite done? Do you have anything else to add to this?
Yeah.
What?
Since we're breaking the rules.
What rules? There are no rules here.
Rules. You just ignored them.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about more than one animal.
Oh, okay.
All right. Fucking, what are they called? The vultures.
What?
Vultures.
Yeah, what about them?
So, okay.
I like vultures. First of all, I like vultures better than cats. Vultures are good animals. They wouldn't go kill anyone.
Not out of the kindness of their own hearts, no. But I'm talking about, like, let's say you have been camping or traveling, or you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you didn't pack accordingly. You didn't bring your 10 matchsticks, your pickaxe, your fucking snuff. Let's say you didn't bring enough food out there, right?
Yeah.
Or water, whatever. You can't find water, or you don't trust yourself to drink out of a stream. You can't figure out how to boil water, whatever. If you're useless, you're useless. You're in the woods. And you start getting dehydrated. You start slowly starving to death. You lose all of your momentum, and you're dragging along.
Yeah.
They will eventually. There's a point where they're like, all right, he's giving up hope.
That's a mercy kill.
We can swoop down.
Yeah, they're good.
I was going to give them one. Because it is a mercy kill. Vultures, they help keep our roads clean. They are the real workers of America, keeping the shit from getting gross.
I couldn't agree more. I do like vultures. They're interesting.
Oh, I know they look ugly, but I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. There was like a raccoon problem around here for a little while.
I wasn't here.
Okay, you weren't here yet?
I don't know. It's
still kind of going on. They have rabies really bad, right?
Oh, Jesus.
God, it's bad. You can't displace a raccoon. If there's a raccoon in your yard, you either shoot it, you trap it and shoot it, or, you got to get rid of it. You can't just go out into the woods and let it loose. You have to kill it. You cannot rehome a raccoon in Tennessee. You can't keep them as pets neither, because they get rabies so easily. And it was going around. These raccoons are getting rabies, and they're going crazy, and they're fucking attacking and whatever, and then they die, because that's what the rabies virus does. And these vultures, they're used for death a lot, especially in like media and cartoons and stuff. They're great creatures. Birds themselves, though, because they do end up eating a lot of dead stuff, their stomach acid is so strong that they were able to eat the dead raccoons that had the rabies, and it was just taking care of the problem.
It's like Batman. The hero, not the hero Gotham wants, but the ones they need. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
I can't remember. That was a bad reference.
You lost me for a second, but you gained me again.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
The hero, no one wants them, but we deserve them.
Yeah. So, vultures, they're number one. because, like, it's a mercy kill in one if you're in that situation where the vulture thinks you've given up hope. Yeah, you've probably given up hope, and it's just going to help you. And the stomach acid thing, I think, like, at that point, I'd be dead. But I think it's really cool that they can, like, take care of stuff.
You could probably pet them while they're eating you, like, oh.
Honestly. Yeah.
Babies.
Probably, yeah. Okay, do you have another animal?
The final answer was man, I believe. Hyenas are pretty bad.
Yeah.
They have the strongest bite force. It's kind of the same thing with a hippo.
Yeah. And their mouths are really gross, too.
Being eaten alive by an anaconda would be swallowed. Like, you'd have to still be a little conscious. Being digested alive would be awful.
Yeah. That, I would give that an 8, personally.
Yeah, I don't think...
I feel like the venom would take you out. Like, you'll be conscious while it's swallowing you, sure, and you'd feel those little bites, but...
Anacondas are not venomous.
Once you get in there... They're not?
No. They eat their prey by suffocation.
Oh.
They crack the spines... They restrict them, and they kill them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So you'll be like paralyzed and alive,
or if you'll die. But like,
yeah,
they eat you alive, and you're in their stomach. Like, there's like videos of like things they've eaten and like kicking in their stomachs, and they can't get out.
That might be a 10 now.
And the anaconda will regurgitate them, and you're out, and you're like half digested, and you're dying, and then they'll eat you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, 10.
But, I mean, they don't do it to people. They do it to stupid ass like zebras. Who the fuck cares about zebras?
Well, they might pick a child off or something, one that nobody cares about. Ooh. I got one.
All right.
Death by killer bees.
It's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Even if you're not allergic, you will be by the end of it.
They had a problem with them in America for a while.
I think we still have a problem with them.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. I mean, not interacting with humans. Like, they are territorial. They will attack if you fuck with their nest. But what they're mostly going after and why they are such a big problem in terms of what the scientists say is because they're going after our honeybees.
Yes. I love honeybees. I love them. This is funny. My mom got my brother a beekeeping kit for his birthday. And all the shit that goes with it. Like live bees.
Aw.
He has no idea what the fuck to do with it.
YouTube.
We're getting into beekeeping. It's like very specific. It's like if you came over here and I'm like, okay, I bought you this exotic fish. It needs this kind of tank and this kind of water and this kind of care for it to live. How would you feel about that?
I would take care of the fish.
It insists upon itself.
It does insist upon itself like the Godfather, but I would still take care of the fish. I'm cultured, yeah.
Yes.
But I would still take care of the fish.
That reference, the fish reference, is from Family Guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got it. I'm holding the microphone up to my face now. Who will win? Who will win? Ophame's folksy wisdom or my cool calculating intellect?
Hopefully
who will win in the end? You have any more animal brutality to discuss today, or can we finish this?
I feel like I can come up with one more brutal way to die by an animal, yeah.
Do it.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Giant turtle.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Snapping turtle. Yeah, they get you like bleed out, and I mean that's actually the best because that encapsulates the psychological because it's like you got killed by a fucking turtle.
Yeah.
How are you gonna explain that to God?
He made them. He knows what they're capable of. But I think it would also be a little how do I put this? I think it would also be a little bit like embarrassing, not because of like how slow they are, but also just how dopey they are too.
Wait, you said God created the turtles.
Okay, if you're gonna use God, and I just have
you ever read the Bible?
Yes.
About Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
What tempted them?
Okay. I don't know how far you want to go in on this, I don't know how much time we have left because I could go on.
But
I think God tempted. I think God tempted them.
What?
Yeah, that's my hot take.
You think God's the bad guy?
Yes.
Why?
100%
Who's
yes.
the good guy?
No, there is no good guy.
Oh my God!
Technically,
Is it it's like George R. R. Martin book?
Basically, yeah.
Why
have
do
you fucking read it?
I have read the Bible.
You've read it.
I did a long time ago. I haven't read it recently.
All right.
I don't see a reason to read the Bible.
Okay, let me go in on this a little bit.
What
so
would
this
Papaw think of this?
Oh, he'd be pissed. This
might find
all-knowing
out.
God, right, has a favorite angel, Lucifer.
Yeah.
And Lucifer rebels. All-knowing. Remember, keep that in your mind.
Yeah.
Talk about cherry picking. Keep all-knowing in your mind. He goes in, right? Knowing that Lucifer will return, knowing he will take 1/3 of his angelic children down with him. Instead of stopping it, instead of fixing the issue, he lets it happen. Because he's a jealous God. And Lucifer wanted to be on the same pedestal with God. And that's why he got cast out.
He's probably bored because he knew he's just creating
Possibly.
entertainment.
But that just makes it even worse.
It's kind of like...
Because if he's bored and he's letting it happen because he needs entertainment, then what the fuck is he punishing them for?
Because it's funny. Like, you don't understand. Because
so he's the bad guy.
You're not God like me. Like, I'm Cicero. So Cicero, my dog, thinks I'm God.
Yeah.
He literally does. And so I take,
And when you remove him from the gravel outside, he probably thinks you're a bad guy too.
Well, I take things and fuck with them. I'm like, here's a Kong. I'm going to put this treat in it, but I'm going to put frozen peanut butter over it.
Yeah.
And you can't get it, but it'll stimulate your mind. He's just trying to help. He's stimulating the devil.
Yeah.
Like,
so the devil goes to the garden, turns into a snake.
A turtle.
Possibly. It said reptile.
What do you think a turtle is?
Well,
do you think turtles are born?
They're hatched?
No, a snake is a turtle. It gets into a rock and grows the legs. You don't know this?
No, that's not how this fucking works.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Satan goes to the garden, turns into a reptile. Eden,
okay.
Yeah.
Not Olive Garden.
Now, no. Not where they're family. Now, if you want to go back a bit and go into the Hebrew Bible, I'm raised on King James. Mm-hmm. I've watched Prince of Egypt too. If you want to go back, God did make a first wife for Adam, Lilith.
Yeah, the demon.
But she was made the same time in the same way as Adam. And they were like, no, you're supposed to be a servant of Adam. Debatable. The King James Bible, literally, it was a little fucking hoax. It was like a little go look that way Catholic church while I have my gay lover.
Catholic Church, Ophamae is calling you out.
Yes, I am. So, the devil goes down, tempts the second wife of Adam, Eve, who was made from his rib, who, from the day one is like, you will help him. You will do what he says. Okay. God puts the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the garden. He knows that Lucifer's going to tempt them with it. He knows that the tree is in there. If you want to say that we have free will, fine. I'm sure we do in some instance. But if you want to say that God is in control of this whole universe, then no, we don't. Because everything that we do, he knows it's going to happen and he has the power to stop it, but he lets it happen. And then he goes around. It's like if you turn the stove on and your kid was told not to touch it, but you know that kid is curious and they go to touch it anyway, and you're not there to stop them, but knowing the outcome, sure, they'll learn it themselves, but you had all the power to stop it, and then your kid touches the stove, and while they're hurting, you start screaming at them and banish them from your house because they didn't listen to you. That's a jealous, evil God.
Ophamae, where do you go when you die?
Hopefully to hell.
Do you believe in the Christian God?
I think... Honestly, I think that humans have an overactive imagination, but we also kind of have our own power with that. So I do believe that the Christian God exists because we gave it so much energy and people pray to it so often, but I also believe Buddha and everything else that gets worshipped just as much exists just as much, and all the gods that have gotten forgotten are just starving and waiting for us to notice them again, yeah.
You're the second person I've heard to tell me something like that.
I've read Neil Gaiman's American Gods.
Hmm.
It kind of has that premise of that we give the gods power as long as we worship them, but they don't want us to know that. I think the Christian God does exist. I know hell was supposed to be like a parable about a town that was in Jerusalem. It wasn't supposed to be like an actual mythical place that the way that people talk about it now, but I think by the way that we have been giving it its power and energy and thinking about it in that context, that it might exist now. So hopefully I'll go to hell.
Ophamae, I only wish that I could live in the world you live in. The excitement, the whimsy, the carnival of life. I envy it, I really do. I live in such a cold institution. Rigid, unwavering, real. This podcast is the closest thing either of us are going to get to immortality for me.
Yeah. Maybe, you keep your rigidness. And maybe my whimsiness, you get to just observe it and live vicariously through it. And I get to live vicariously through your rigidness.
Why would you want to do that?
Sometimes I wish I could be a little bit more rigid.
Why?
I
imagine the world is terrifying for you. To think that, for all you know, a pterodactyl is going to come pick you up. It's
feel
exciting.
I feel like my imagination runs sometimes too much. Sometimes I wish I could rein it in a bit more, but that just comes with the territory.
I've had a very good time with this episode. What about you?
Oh, yeah. I've
This was a great idea. Thank you.
Other than you dragging Steve.
Well, he deserves it for harassing those animals. Don't worry. A lot of people like Steve and put a lot of energy into him. I'm sure that he is some kind of druid demigod somewhere protecting nature. Hopefully. He and the stingray are going to battle at the end of time, top of mountain. Anyways.
You think the Lorax is on his side?
The who?
The Lorax.
That Dr. Seuss fucking thing?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with...
Well,
we gotta end this.
That he speaks for the animals. I think it would be a perfect
The Lorax speaks with the trees!
Yeah. Ain't that the perfect group, though? One for the animals, one for the trees?
I like the Onceler.
The Onceler?
Yeah, the villain. The guy that chopped all those ugly fucking trees down and got that little...
made the Thneed?
Yes.
He had a need for Thneed?
Yes, and he built Sneedville where your family comes from. You should be grateful.
He did.
Yeah. Docks. And,
oh my god,
is what are they gonna
the
do?
Lorax is supposed to take place? Is that what he's been talking
Probably.
about?
I hope that...
What if the town is the coal miners?
Well, there happens to be a figure in that town who is actually heartless, towering megalomaniac. We all know who he is.
Say it.
Papa.
Papa did not get rid of the coal miners. I will die on this hill.
Well,
my lands are mountainous.
I've been in touch with some of the coal miners that used to dwell there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not quite ready yet, but anyways, thank you everyone if you've survived this long. We're almost at 2 hours here. Please subscribe to our podcast, the Podcast of Doom, is that what we're calling it? Mm-hmm. We have social media, Ophamae, I've given that to Ophamae.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also go follow our Instagram page, also called the Podcast of Doom.
We do not have a Twitter, we never will.
No.
Links will be in descriptions, all that, and I guess until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
the day we arrived on this planet, blinking step to the sun. There is more to see